Naimbag nga aldaw kada kayo aming kakabsat and welcome back to my channel. Sunod-sunod po ang kamalasan na nangyayari kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Ito na ba ang tinatawag nating karma? Dahil kanina po sa hearing ng House of Representatives Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, tila inilaglag ni former Education Undersecretary Gloria Humamil Mercado si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ayon po dito sa Inquirer, former Education Undersecretary Gloria Humamil Mercado claims that VP Sara Duterte's Chief of Staff asked her to resign after she raised several concerns regarding the procurement for the agency's computerization program. Mercado made the revelations at the hearing of the House of Representatives Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, saying that Duterte's Chief of Staff Yusek Zuleika Lopez as the person who asked her to resign. Mercado said this request from Lopez came after she opposed suggestions from former Education Assistant Secretary Reynold Munsaya that bidders in the computerization program should just discuss among themselves the fate of the bidding. Ayon naman sa News 5, sa isang salaysay sa Kamara, isiniwalat ni Mercado na nakatanggap siya ng 5 sobre na naglalaman ng 50,000 pesos bawat isa noong 2023. Ayon sa opisyal, nagmula umano ito sa tanggapan ni Duterte. Ito po ang sinabi ni Yusek Gloria Mercado na sinagot naman ni VP Sara. Sabi ni Gloria Mercado, between February 2023 to September 2023, I received a total of 9 envelopes labeled HOPE or Head of Procuring Entity, my concurrent position in DepEd during that time. These envelopes were handed to me monthly by Assistant Secretary Sunshine Fajarda, which she says came directly from the office of Vice President Sara Duterte. So correction po sabi po kasi dito sa News 5, 5 sobre daw ang natanggap ni Miss Mercado. Pero ayon po sa salaysay ni Gloria Mercado, 9 envelopes po. So habang naghihiring po, nag-text si VP Sara dahil obviously napanood nila yung hearing. At ito po ang kanyang sagot. Dapat siguro kung mag-akusa siya ng ganyan, dapat may papel siya. Gloria Mercado is a disgruntled former employee of the Department of Education. She was let go because of loss of trust and confidence sa Office of the Secretary. So, sabi ni VP Sara, dapat daw kung mag-aakusa si Gloria Mercado, may hawak dapat siyang papel. Na ginawa naman ni Miss Mercado dahil naglabas po siya ng mga envelope. At ang sabi niya, ang sakit naman noon, ordinaryo lang akong trabahador, inaano ka ng Vice President? So, para mas maliwanagan po natin ng gusto, panoorin po natin yung excerpt ng hearing kanina kung saan nagsalita si Gloria Humamil Mercado. At pagkatapos naman po nun, panoorin natin yung statement o yung sagot ni VP Sara tungkol sa issue na to. And then, you decide. Mahirap naman po tayo mag-take sides. Dahil sa kasong ito, it will be your word against her word. Pero obserbahan po natin ang kanilang mga body language. Kasi madalas, body language pa lang, malalaman na natin kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo at yung mga taong nagsisinungaling. Panoorin po natin ito.
Last question, ma'am. At least, Mr. Chair, I would know the Vice President is watching us because she just had a press conference and she said that she's denying giving former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado 50,000 for 9 months. And the Vice President saying that Mercado was let go because she used DepEd to solicit donations from the private sector amounting to 16 million without her knowledge. And she adds that she will provide the media with paper trail to back up her claim, describing Mercado as a disgruntled former DepEd official. I think, ma'am, given your long history and long service to the Republic, 40 long years, I think it's fair for you to be given the opportunity to reply to the Vice President.
I think, I don't want to do this, but since siya na yung nagsabi, I-turn over ko na yung envelope. The envelopes where the money was.
Comsec,
So
Paki-
it's 9 envelopes.
kuha po yung envelope.
So it says hope and the amount is there. Kasi ang sakit naman noon, ordinaryo lang akong trabahante tapos inano ka ng vice president, di ba? It's very painful.
Ma'am, ilang taon na po kayo? I hope you don't mind. Gusto ko lang pong malaman kasi sabi po ninyo 40 years na po kayo in government.
I'm 65, sir, but
So when you were appointed as USEC noong 2022 ba? 2022? How old were you at
I
that time?
was 64.
64.
Yeah.
I'm sure sa edad ninyong yan, after pagkatapos nyo pong pag-ingatan yung iyong pangalan for the past 40 years?
Sabutin ko yun. Yes, sir.
So, okay, anyway, thank
Sir,
you.
Mr. Chairman,
I'd like to...
Mr. Chairman,
Sino yun?
Mr. Chairman, dito po ako.
Ay,
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chair, can I continue first? with
Congressman, wait, before I recognize Congressman Paduano, ma'am. Yes.
I believe...
With the indulgence of Congressman Asidre, please continue, Congressman.
Mr. Chair, can we allow Yusek Mercado to continue with the response? Because I was trying to ask her about the 16 million that the Vice President mentioned.
Please respond with respect to the 16 million. 1660.
16.
16 million.
I would like to respond to that because it's a press con. When I was called for by Yusek Sulaika, he said, Yusek Mercado, you have to go because one, you have a teacher in your staff. But I explained to them that the teacher was a contract of services when I joined DepEd. And the teacher has a pending application in Cebu because he's from the Visayas. And while he was working with us, he qualified for the RQA. But then when he received his appointment as a teacher, it was already past the opening of the class. It was almost opening, and the teaching load was already apportioned. So I called the RD. I said, can I still keep him? Because he was working on the special hardship allowance, which was a program that BP Sara also wanted to improve because there's a new hardship allowance, and we were just able to reduce the hardship threshold from 0.37 to 0.33. And she wanted the basis for the giving of the hardship allowance, special hardship allowance, revisited. So that's why that guy was the one working on it. So I explained, and I don't feel at all na guilty ako dun sa sinabi niya. The second one is, Sulaika mentioned that I solicited from 2 agencies. So I explained to her that it was a program which our strand developed. There were 2 consultants from UNICEF who developed the app, and then we asked our external partnership office to look for external partners who will be presenting the program, because we developed the concept. It was DepEd Guro. It's her being able to contact the 980,000 teachers. Parang kahit nasan siya, pwede niyang makausap yung mga teachers. The second one was for us to do an electronic mode of the RQA. Parang there's no human intervention anymore. Everyone uploads the credential. Even the computation of the teacher qualification is already on an what do you call this? wala na siyang human intervention. So that was the program. It wasn't us who choose who would be the partners who will be invited. It was the external partnership. So we made a presentation to almost all the corporations. And then some of the corporations appreciated that it's a very important program. So some of them committed to buy, kasi what we did is we divided the total fund of 16 million into chewable chunks. So if you're interested with this package, ito lang. If you're interested with it, because not everyone naman wanted to pay the 16 million. But there were 2 corporations who were willing to fund, because we wanted to put one in Mindanao, one in Visayas, and one in Luzon. So there were 2 who committed to fund the full package, and those were the 2 corporations that Yusek Sulaika said I solicited. So I explained properly. I did not solicit. There's no money involved there. These are equipments. Walang cash po doon. Equipment siya na ito-turn over sa DepEd. So I feel very sad that up until now, the BP has not been appraised, as I explained it to her people, that we did not solicit. In fact, the two corporations are willing to give an affidavit that I have no solicitation from them of 16 million.
As we're speaking right now po, merong ongoing House probe. Actually, a minutes ago, former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado says you gave her envelopes containing 50,000 each from February to September 2023 when she was with HOPE, or the Health Orchestrate Positive Learning, a DepEd project. She believes it could be to influence her decision as HOPE. Your response po?
Dapat siguro kung mag-akusa siya ng ganyan, dapat may papel siya. Tulad ng ako, pag inaakusahan ako, pag sumasagot ako, binibigay ko yung papel. Gloria Mercado is a disgruntled former employee of the Department of Education. She was let go because of loss of trust and confidence sa Office of the Secretary. Una niyang ginawa, well, hindi ko alam kung anong nauna, pero naka-strike 2 siya sa akin. Ang una niyang ginawa, nag-solicit siya ng 16 million pesos sa isang kumpanya on paper using my name without any authorization from the Department of Education. Bibigay ni JC sa inyo mamaya yung papel. Kalagay doon. Pangalawa, noong nag-school visit ako sa Cebu, merong lumapit sa akin na teacher. Sabi niya sa akin, Inday Sara, masakit sa loob namin na mga teachers kami na nasa field. Tapos merong humahawak ng teacher items na wala dito sa aming probinsya o wala dito sa aming region. So, pinakwento ko siya. Iyon naman yung purpose ng aking mga school visits, di ba, sa iba't ibang lugar ng bansa. Sabi ko, one-on-one tayo, kwento mo lahat sa akin. And then it turned out, ang HR mismo ng Department of Education, our Undersecretary, took a teacher item from Region 7, nilagay niya sa central office for a non-teaching task. Ginawa niyang executive assistant niya. Ang apelido nun, Villar. Meron niyang paper trail. So, nung bumalik ako sa central office, tinanong ko, totoo ba na meron tayong teacher item galing sa Region 7 na nandito sa atin? Totoo daw, nasa HR. HR pa mismo ang gumawa ng parang injustice sa teachers namin sa field. So on that second point, hindi ko na pinalampas. Sinabihan na siya na there is loss of trust and confidence. And you should go. And then she said na, pwede bang mag-retirement na lang ako instead na paalisin ninyo ako. Kasi ang tagal ko na, matanda na ako. And then sinabihan siya, okay, sige. you go. So she's a disgruntled former DepEd employee. At yan yung dalawa na rason kung bakit siya pinaalis. May papel yung 16 million na solicitation niya. May papel yung teaching position sa Region 7 na kinuha niya. And my experience sa kanya, ayoko, factual lang ako ayoko atakihin yung pagkatao niya. Pero when she was HR of the Department of Education, meron kasi akong time dyan for our USEX and ASEX na hindi execom. So, pinapapunta ko yan sila kung sino man yung merong concern, sino yung may problema, pumunta kayo sa akin, mag one-on-one tayo. So, one of those times na one-on-one kami, siniraan niya yung isang USEC, isang ASEC ng Department of Education. And bago pa lang kami nun. In fact, pag alis ko, 2 years lang kami, very, very new. Na nagulat ako. Kasi HR ka eh. Pag HR ka, hindi dapat ikaw yung mag-cause ng away-away sa loob ng institusyon. Dapat ikaw yung maging peacemaker. But siniraan niya yung isang ASEC and isang USEC sa akin mismo. And nagulat ako. Why attack the ASEC or the USEC sa kanilang pagkatao? Hindi naman trabaho. And then, ganun din ang ginawa niya. Nung umalis na siya sa Department of Education because of the 2 points, lumipat siya sa Senate. One of the offices of the senators din, nandiyan yan siya ngayon. And yung isang kaibigan ko doon sa Senado, narinig namin na sige na siya atake. Inaatake niya si Michael Poa, si Reynold Monsayak, si Gerald Chan. Iyan ngayon yung nakapangalan sa kanyang statement. Kaya kami, nung nagbasa siya kanina ng statement, hindi na kami nagulat. Kasi naririnig na namin sa opisina, dyan sa Senate, yung mga pinagsasabi niya after she was let go. I think, hindi lang siguro niya matanggap na kasalanan niya kung bakit siya pinalayas sa Department of Education. Pero hindi din talaga namin matanggap na magsusolicit ka sa isang private company on paper 16 million. And then, kukuha ka ng teacher item sa field, gagawin mong EA sa central office. Hindi pwede yun.
VP, in relation to that, since you brought up yung names po ni Attorney Poa and Attorney Monsayak. So, during the probe earlier, she said that yung reason daw kung bakit daw siya nilet go ng DepEd nyo po was that she disagreed daw with Attorney Monsayak's suggestion that bidders in the DepEd computerization program just discuss it among themselves to avoid failed bidding.
Ngayon ko lang narinig yan. Sa kanya ko lang narinig yan. Pero ako ang nagsasabi, kasi I was the one who fired her out of the Department of Education. Yung dalawang rason na yon, ang rason kung bakit siya pinaalis sa Department of Education. And as I said, may papel yon. Ibibigay namin sa inyo ang papel. Ang HR record ni Villar, nasa Department of Education din. In fact, hanggang ngayon si Villar nasa region. Kasi sinabihan niya yung region bago siya umalis na ilagay yan sa region, wag yan sa teaching position. Pero that person is holding a teaching position.
Ayan, sa tingin ninyo, nagsasabi po ba ng totoo si Gloria Mercado at yung po bang mga sobre ay tila suhol sa kanya ni VP Sara? At ano kaya ang masasabi ni VP Sara nung sinabi niya na dapat kung mag-aakusa ay merong kandalang papel, naglabas ng envelope si Gloria Mercado? Kayo na po ang humusga. Sino sa tingin ninyo ang nagsasabi ng totoo? Isa na naman kaya ito sa mga anomalya sa DepEd nung panahon ni Vice President Sara Duterte? Or isa na naman tong paninira tulad ng sinasabi ni VP Sara sa kanyang katauhan at katungkulan? Kayo po, ano ang masasabi ninyo? Comment lang po down below at magbabalik ang usapang Tito Manny. Diyos ti Agnina.